In the shadowy corners of the internet, legends are born, and none is more enduring, more complex, or more shrouded in mystery than Cicada3301. It began in January 2012 with a single cryptic image posted on 4chan, a message that simply read, "Hello, we are looking for knowledgeable individuals. To find them, we have devised a test." What followed was not a prank, but a global scavenger hunt of unprecedented scale, weaving together ancient cryptographic techniques, arcane literature, and clues hidden in the real world, from Poland to Texas. For 3 consecutive years, this enigmatic entity summoned the brightest minds of the digital age into a rabbit hole of staggering depth. Was it a recruitment tool for a government intelligence agency like the CIA or NSA? An eccentric libertarian hacker collective seeking to build a new private world? Or something far more sinister? Today, GenShift is inviting you on an intellectual adventure. We're not just going to tell you the story. We're going to dive into the internet's most elaborate puzzle, piece by piece, and explore the powerful theories behind who created this modern-day enigma. Are you ready to see what happens when the internet's hive mind gets to work? Hit that subscribe button now to join us in decoding the technologies shaping our world. One, the first round, decoding the mystery. On January 4th, 2012, the image appeared on the B and X boards of 4chan, anonymous forums known more for chaos than coordinated genius. The message was a direct challenge. The first curious minds who downloaded the image and opened it in a simple text editor found a clue hidden in the raw data. Amidst the gibberish was a legible string, Tiberivs Klavdivs Caesar says, followed by a line of code. For anyone with a passing interest in history or cryptography, the name Caesar was a massive signpost, pointing directly to one of the oldest ciphers in existence, the Caesar cipher. Imagine 2 alphabet wheels, one inside the other. To encrypt a message, you rotate the inner wheel by a set number of positions. To decrypt, you rotate it back. The community quickly realized they needed a rotation of 4 letters, transforming the cryptic string into a URL for an image hosting site. This first step was intentionally simple, a filter to separate the merely curious from the truly engaged. The link led to a new image, a picture of a duck with the text, "Whoops, just decoys this way. Looks like you can't guess how to get the message out." This wasn't a dead end, it was another clue. The phrase hinted at outguess, a steganography program used to hide data within image files. Steganography is the art of hiding information in plain sight, like slipping a secret letter behind a painting. The community, now collaborating on Reddit and IRC, realized the duck was just a diversion. Running outguess on the original 4chan image revealed the next message, a link to a dedicated subreddit and a new code type, a book code, along with the first ever PGP signature from the group. PGP, or Pretty Good Privacy, allowed the creators to digitally sign messages, giving them a cryptographic fingerprint that proved authenticity. This meant solvers could now separate real clues from the fakes already circulating. The puzzle escalated in complexity. Mayan numerals, a visionaire-like cipher on a passage from the Mabinogion, a collection of medieval Welsh myths, and applying the book code to decoded text. The solution was a Texas phone number. Calling it played a recording. Very good, you have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original final.jpg image. 3301 is one of them. You will have to find the other 2. These weren't hidden in a code, they were the image's pixel dimensions, 509 and 503. Multiplying 509x 503x 3301 gave 84545127. Adding to.com led to a new website and the next stage of the hunt. 2. A real-world scavenger hunt, the physical clues. The website 84545127.com displayed only a single image of a cicada and a countdown timer set to expire in a few days. Across the globe, thousands of people in dozens of countries watched and waited. The digital puzzle was about to cross into the physical world. When the timer hit 0, the image was replaced by a list of 14 GPS coordinates. These were real-world locations in cities around the globe: Warsaw, Poland, Paris, France, Seoul, South Korea, Sydney, Australia, and several sites across the United States. This marked the moment Cicada3301 transformed from an online riddle into a global phenomenon. No single solver could handle it alone. It now demanded mass collaboration. online communities sprang into action. A participant in California might decode a cipher that guided someone in Japan to a specific lamppost. A solver in Europe could translate runic text that sent a player in Arkansas hunting for a clue. This fusion of digital and physical worlds is a hallmark of what we now call alternate reality games, ARGs. But in 2012, it was groundbreaking, blurring the boundary between game and reality. People became nodes in a worldwide human search engine, physically retrieving clues taped to telephone poles and street signs, each poster bearing the Cicada logo and a QR code. Scanning the code revealed another image and another layer of the puzzle, along with a cryptic warning. You've shared too much to this point. We want the best, not the followers. This introduced a strange contradiction. The puzzle could only be solved through large-scale cooperation, yet the creators appeared to discourage collaboration. Were they genuinely seeking individual brilliance, or deliberately sowing competition and distrust among teams? The paradox only heightened the intensity. Now it was not just a battle against the puzzle, but against each other. From there, the hunt dove deeper into the dark web via the Tor browser, uncovering hidden onion sites and referencing obscure works such as William Gibson's Agrippa, A Book of the Dead, a digital poem distributed on a floppy disk designed to erase itself after a single read. The journey felt real, the stakes felt high, and the identity of the puppet master remained completely hidden. 3. The theories. Who is Cicada3301? After navigating the cryptographic maze and the global scavenger hunt, the ultimate question remained: who or what is Cicada3301? The puzzle's complexity, resources, and ideological undertones have spawned 3 major theories. Let's put on our analyst hats and examine the evidence on our digital evidence board. The first and most sensational theory is that Cicada3301 was a recruitment tool for a government intelligence agency like the CIA, NSA, or MI6. The argument for this is compelling at first glance. These agencies have the resources for a global operation, a history of using complex puzzles to find talent, and a clear need for expert cryptographers. The sheer logistical challenge of placing physical posters in over a dozen cities across multiple continents simultaneously suggests a level of coordination typically associated with state actors. However, the counter-evidence is strong. The core ideology woven into the puzzles is staunchly anti-authoritarian. Leaked emails from those who solved the first puzzle revealed the group's beliefs: that tyranny and oppression of any kind must end, that censorship is wrong, and that privacy is an inalienable right. This philosophy is the polar opposite of the mission of mass surveillance agencies. Furthermore, launching a recruitment drive on 4chan, an anarchic and notoriously anti-establishment forum, seems like an incredibly bizarre and counterintuitive strategy for a government body. This leads to the second and perhaps most ideologically consistent theory. Cicada3301 was the work of a libertarian or cypherpunk hacker collective. This theory aligns perfectly with the group's stated beliefs in privacy, anonymity, and information freedom. The puzzles were not just a test of skill, but a philosophical filter. They referenced works of transcendentalism like Emerson's Self-Reliance, occultist texts like Aleister Crowley's The Book of the Law, and cyberpunk literature, all pointing to a worldview that values individualism and skepticism of centralized power. The account of Marcus Warner, a teenager who solved the 2012 puzzle, powerfully supports this. He claimed that the winners were invited to a private forum and tasked with developing software to help whistleblowers, such as a dead man's switch, that would release sensitive information if the user was killed or imprisoned. This is the very definition of a cypherpunk project. The only significant argument against this theory is, again, the question of resources. Could a private group pull off the global poster campaign? The third theory posits that Cicada was an elaborate alternate reality game, a social experiment, or a work of art. Its structure perfectly mimics an ARG, blending online and offline challenges to create an immersive narrative. Perhaps it was an academic study on mass collaboration or a prank by a group of wealthy, bored geniuses. But this theory also has a major flaw. Most ARGs are ultimately revealed to be marketing for a product or are claimed by their creators. Cicada has never been monetized or claimed by any company or individual. The immense effort and expense involved seem far too great for a simple prank. Ultimately, all these theories may miss the most ingenious part of the puzzle. Cicada3301 wasn't just a test of cryptography, it was a masterclass in applied psychology. The opening message, We are looking for highly intelligent individuals is a perfect example of the Barnum effect, a statement so vague and flattering that anyone can apply it to themselves. Everyone wants to believe they are a highly intelligent individual. This created an instant personal connection and a powerful motivation to engage. Once hooked, participants were susceptible to confirmation bias, the tendency to favor information that confirms one's existing beliefs. A solver fascinated by espionage would see the CIA's hand everywhere. A privacy advocate would see a cypherpunk collective. Cicada's true genius may have been creating a mystery so ambiguous that it became a Rorschach test for the internet itself, a mirror reflecting the hopes, fears, and biases of those who dared to look. 4. The legacy, a symbol of the internet's power. After the 2014 puzzle, the official PGP-signed messages from Cicada3301 stopped. The final challenge introduced a 58-page runic text called the Liber Primus, or First Book. To this day, only a handful of its pages have been successfully translated, and the puzzle remains unsolved. The trail went cold, leaving the mystery suspended in time, a piece of digital folklore. But the disappearance of the creators doesn't mean the story is over. It's the silence that cements its legacy. The ultimate takeaway from Cicada3301 is not the answer to who created it. The true solution to the puzzle was the phenomenon it created. For 3 years, it served as a powerful testament to the internet's capacity for spontaneous, decentralized mass collaboration. It proved that thousands of strangers from different cultures and time zones, united only by a shared sense of curiosity, could organize themselves into a formidable collective intelligence. They were a hive mind, working around the clock to solve a problem far too great for any single person. The puzzle wasn't just about finding clues, it was about building a community to find them. This is the connection to our world today, to the native platforms of Gen Z. The collaborative spirit of the Cicada solvers is the same spirit that fuels massive creative projects on Minecraft servers, that organizes social and political movements through Discord, and that solves modern mysteries in Reddit threads. Cicada3301 was a forerunner of the way highly engaged online communities operate now. It demonstrated a new form of problem solving, one that is fluid, global, and leaderless. It helped catalyze the modern fascination with complex ARGs and internet mysteries, proving that a story doesn't need a clear author or a tidy conclusion to be compelling. The ambiguity is the point. The fact that the mystery endures is what gives it power. It's a story that we are all invited to continue, a puzzle that reminds us that the greatest challenges are not meant to be solved alone. Conclusion. In the end, Cicada3301 is more than just an unsolved puzzle. It's a story about us, our innate desire for mystery, our incredible capacity for collaboration, and the astonishing power we wield when we connect our minds across the globe. The identity of 3301 may forever remain a secret, but the lesson it taught is clear. Sometimes the journey itself is the real treasure, a shared intellectual adventure that reveals more about our potential than any final answer ever could. The mystery remains, but the community it inspired is its true legacy. What do you think? Was Cicada a government test, a group of activists, or something else entirely? Drop your theory in the comments below. We read all of them. And if you believe in the power of collective intelligence to solve the world's biggest puzzles, make sure you're subscribed to GenShift. Thanks for watching.